J-Drone here, check it out. This is Syma X22, and we have the app running. As you can see, I'm moving it, and it's moving on the camera. We have it bound to the jumper, and we've went one step further. We have these Air Hogs goggles. These Air Hogs goggles are great for just this. In this app, there is no way to split this screen in half where it would work on a VR set of goggles like these. These are VR, where you have different eye focal points. You need an app to split to be able to work through VR. This is why I love these Air Hog goggles, because they made it so if you have any apps, period, any drone apps, period, you can put them in these goggles and not have to worry about if the software is going to work with the goggles like you have to with that one. So here we go. I'm just going to show you how to install this in here. We're going to pop this open. We are going to put this against the screen. And not screw with that. Come on. We're going to put this against the screen, and I'm going to actually start recording now, because once it's in there I'm not going to be able to start recording. I'm going to start recording now. I'm going to put that like right there, and we're going to close this. Bamzo. And guess what I see in there? Y'all can see that? Bamzo. That's what I see. We're going to try to fly FPV with this thing, so here we go, guys. I'm going to turn off the hat cam now, and then you should see what I see. Alright, guys, here we go. My eyes are in the goggles, and we are recording this via the goggles. And as you can notice, when we turn, it blurs a decent amount. And bam, we are down. Bam. So we've crashed right away, which I'm not thrilled with. But we're going to go ahead and give it another shot here. We're going to set it back down, and we're going to go ahead and take up. So give it a second, guys. We'll get it. We'll get it. And here we go. We are up again, and we are down again. So right away, I'm assuming that there's probably a latency issue. There's probably the transfer from the camera to the cell phone is probably lagging. It's probably lagging by a little bit, to the point where it bam, and right there I'm trying to get a gist of the latency, but just by moving it back and forth and seeing how long it takes to actually move back and forth. That's me behind the goggles. But what I'm noticing here is there's not much room for error. You might be able to do this with this drone out in a wide open environment, but in an area like this where you don't have much time to correct, because after you're too close to something, it's too late for you to correct, because you're already behind a little, if that makes any type of sense whatsoever. And bam, we are crashing in stuff. We're down again. We'll grab this and we'll try to throw this up again for you guys. This isn't going too well. I can fly a 5.8 gigahertz whoop in this room like nobody's business. Obviously, I do crash occasionally, but I've flown through gates, I've flown through little circles and whatnot, and I've done it. With this drone, it's not working out too well, which again is telling me that there's obviously a latency issue. There's obviously an issue with the FPV, the Wi-Fi FPV, the transmission going from the drone to the cell phone. And again, we're crashing into stuff constantly because there's definitely a delay here. So keep that in mind, guys. Alright, guys, so that was short-lived. I'm not the best FPV flyer, but I'm a lot better than what just happened there. So I want to test and see what type of latency there is in here. So what we're going to do is, and my light's going to interfere. Let's see here. So actually, what's it interfering off of? It's interfering off of this. So we will put this like right there. And you guys should be able to see both of those. Oh yeah, you'll definitely be able to see both of those. So we're going to hit start. I'm going to hit start here. And there. Hold on. We'll get them both in there. Alright guys, so I froze the frame, and as you can see, we got about a quarter of a second delay, and that's too much. So I will go over this video. It's a little hard to see what's what here. We'll definitely pause it and we'll see how slow of a feedback it actually is. As you can see, we are going over. I'm pausing it. There's definitely an issue as far as the transmission. It's definitely lag. And then I'll be able to tell you that.